Hi, welcome to Ocean Yemi's video. Well, Ocean Yemi's video. Ocean Yemi channel. Let's get it right. Okay, so today is gonna be about what they call it, light body goddess and her daughter. Um I was at Medea's channel. I think Medea's channel. I think Lisa said also. No, I think it's Medea as well. Had a conversation with people who was in contact with the light body goddess and her daughter. Now, before, as you know, if you remember from before, I have done videos on these people. I should even go find it like I normally do. I'm just about to go find it. um, I did videos on them. Actually, I'm gonna go to my community tab. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? Let me see. Alright, so I'm gonna show you the video. Hold on. To turn everything around the wrong way. To put it on my pack shape better. Oh, it's taking me long to do everything today. And still take the
home birth for the wedding. Me for sure. Able body. Home for sure, exactly. Have confidence in yourself.
Now, if you remember the videos.
Yes, I'm grateful for you guys' healthy perspectives. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Yes, we do need more of this for sure. More support. That's good. That's great, actually. Exactly, because especially for the young women and women who have never gave birth.
This is before she had the baby.
That's so true.
So this is got
yes, we need more people like us who's already
light body goddess and her daughter.
To be able to talk and guide those who don't have any, or who is in the process of having, so we can share, how it feels to, like, you would ask me questions like, how does it feel when the baby kicks, and how does it feel when, being here to answer those questions. The curiosity. Yes. That. So it's like
That's
really,
before she had the baby. Let's see if I got another video. Let me see, I got another one. Water video. Last woman. Up to.
Was together. They said they would never help us. They would never help us ever again. I texted my blood cousin. I said, yo, I'm pregnant right now. And we going through a financial situation right now.
Oh, why is it blue?
And she said, and she just left it on the scene.
Oh,
yes, she's still watching this. Yes, she's still watching the stories. Yes. And she said, I'm not going to be like her. I'm not going to help y'all. How cold is that? Her and my grandmother, my own grandmother, my sister was not like this at all. She was not like this at all. She was not
so blurry.
at all.
Why does it always be blurry? Alright, let me not show the video. Let me turn it up.
She tried her best. I got. Nobody asked you anything. The most thing. Okay. Right. Every continent there. Passed away, not even 6 months now. 6 months now, my sister passed away. She has 4 kids. My sister has been hoping to have two of them have no father. Right. My nieces are no parents now. My nieces and my nephew has no parents at the moment. But my sister, before she passed away, she was helping us. If I needed help, my sister would be there for me. She would help us. My sister flew all the way to Florida to help us. But now that she's gone, my family turned their backs on us because she's gone. They don't want now they said they would never help us. They would never help us ever again. I texted my blood cousin. I said, "Yo, I'm pregnant right now, and we going through a financial situation. Right, hungry. We just got robbed." And she said, and she just left it on scene. Yes, she's still watching us. Yes, she's still watching the stories. Yes. And she said, "Oh, I'm not gonna be like her. I'm not gonna help y'all." How cold is that? Her and my grandmother, my own grandmother. My sister was not like this at all. She was not like this at all. She would not agree to this shit at all because my sister used to help me. My sister used to help us. We may not have the best relationship, but what I'm telling you, I can tell you before she died, we had a good relationship. She tried her best. I got screenshots of my sister telling me how happy she is for us. My sister wanted to come. She was like, "I want some sun, yeah. I want to hear." She was saying she wanted to get out of the cold. She wanted to come to get some heat. She wanted to come spend time with us. She was working on that right before she passed away. Thank you, Shawty. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Source Empress.
Okay, so I'm here because of Medea's video live yesterday. Medea's live yesterday was very, very. I don't know where you can hear me. Very interesting. Medea's live was very interesting. Not only was a lot of questions answered, but I think I'm gonna play the second one. I'm not gonna play the first one. Um, yes. Right. So I think this is the second one. Let me see. Let me find it. There's a lot of answers answered yesterday, especially more the last live what Medea did. The light body chieftess, aka Rose, I think they call her Anika. That's her other name. There is people coming out and talking, and she's getting exposed. And what's happening is that how everything that I think people that came to the conclusions of these women was right. Was right. Now the lady that is will be talking on Medea's platform was Amani, her name is Imani or Amani. And hopefully, if it's not low, otherwise I'm gonna have to go get my speaker. All right, so I'm gonna play a bit of it. Be on my phone. Let me see if I can get it. I was like, but I hope not. All right, let's see if we can get it. I'm speaking, what's real and not, So I just had to, come to realize that me speaking my truth is not negative. It's letting people be aware of these individuals. Exactly. But yeah. But so let me ask. I know their names are in the title, but what do you know them as? Onika and Alicia. Okay, cool. So when did you first meet them? I first met them because I had seen Talib online, and I reached out to him because I always was just into connecting to nature, and just wanted I saw their lifestyle online, and I was like it just seemed so neat that I seen people like living what I desired. So I reached out to Talib, and he was like I could come to Puerto Rico and see how they were living and everything. So I had got my ticket and I went to Puerto Rico, and I kind of like met everybody. It was I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it all at first, but it was like even
even in the beginning of meeting everybody, it was like when it came to like Anika and her daughters, like I didn't really like click at first. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like my spirit like knew something wasn't right, with the energy or whatever. Because like in the beginning, like mentally used to get into it because like he wanted, because I didn't. I expressed that with him. Like we don't actually got into it a couple of times because I felt that way. It was only like after me and Talib kind of separated, because I still, wanted to, live in nature and just be on that lifestyle that I reached.
Now this is Medea interviewing one of Source, I think they're called the Source tribe, the Judah tribe, one of the people who was around Rose and her daughter. Now this lady um um was around them, and also she explains about a lot of stuff that happened to her while being around them. Some of the stories that she give um lines up with some of the videos that I have on my channel already. So when she's talking, I don't know whether I could show the videos together as she's talking, but hopefully like I will just react accordingly as she's talking, okay?
To Onika and was like, even though me and Talib had separated, I wanted to still
So you
come
and
back
Talib
to
were in a
her.
relationship? I'm sorry. You and Talib
Hmm.
were in a relationship? Okay.
Yes,
How long was that
for
relationship?
it wasn't a long time. It was like maybe a couple of months, maybe I would say.
Oh,
Um, from my knowledge, it wasn't long. Um, you know, so after our relationship and all, it's because we was. I mean, everything was good, but it's like I said, I was down like for polygamy, but deep down I really wasn't. Because it's like in my ideal, it's like to me what polygamy is like painted out. It's not really what it is. That's what I saw it as to me. I have not really seen nobody that really, really from my angle do it, and it's just like did to the point, how they preach it. To me, it's just like them. To me, just throwing another like a reason for them to talk to another woman. That's why I look at it. It's like, oh, you just meet somebody, and it's like, oh, I got another wife, or like to me, So I just, came to, the realization that, that wasn't the thing for me. Like that's not something that I truly want. Um, so I kind of pretty much got out of that relationship. Not saying I didn't try it again, because I did try it again and it didn't really work either again. So I guess what the second time the charm, but but yeah, I wound up going back to. I came back to the States, and then I wound up coming back and was with Onika and them again. Um, I mean, and just for me to say like, oh, like like the whole time was just this horrible experience. It was not. Um, like at first, like I don't know what I mean. She did a lot for me, like in the beginning, and I think
She
that's
love
what
bombed
kind of
you.
had me at a certain point feeling like like I owed them a lot, and
right.
that's when I remember somebody was like, "No, you don't owe them anything." But that's how I am. If somebody do something for me, I just feel like, and like I don't know, it's just like that's how I am. I just really feel like it. So that's what really kept me dangling along for so long, because I felt like I just owed them a lot.
Not owe them nothing.
Um, so I'm just rambling. My bad. You was gonna say something?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I
Uh,
understand feeling. I understand that. I understand feeling that you owe them a sense of like loyalty or something because they
Right.
literally did stuff for you. But I
Exactly.
want you um,
talk about, possible concerns that you might have had. Because, okay, let me ask you this. Were you
Hmm.
around when her daughter Alicia was dating Adam?
Yeah, I was around then. That was in Costa Rica. Yeah, Costa Rica when we went
Wasn't
to
her
Costa
daughter
Rica.
16? Wasn't her
Yes,
daughter
at that
16
time.
months?
Yeah, that's
Now, if everybody remembers, there was a video that I did put out of Alicia, a kosher, at the time, with her belly. No, not her belly. When she was going, I think I did one with her with the belly when she was with Puma. But I did put out, I think I put out a picture of Adam, because Adam is a fairly grown man, and it's like she got paired up with Adam. Um, I don't know whether people remember those times. I remember Lagos Ashay putting out a video of the young one carrying with the belly, and and it was said that she was 17 at the time. Or she was very young. She's very young. Uh, the young lady that they're talking about right now. So I have put up some past videos of them when they was in Costa Rica talking about their journeys on going to Africa and etc. So um, if you have been around that time, this is the updates of what's going on with them now. So these are the people that are coming out to talk about them. There's Armani and Sister Sola, who was with um what do you call it, the Rose Anika, as they call her, like what I call like body goddess, because that's what I know her as. Um, the Source Tribe, I think they were called the Source Tribe, or the Tribe of Judah, they were called. And she goes into great detail, so please listen on.
was. Yeah. They yeah, I was around. I mean they wasn't really together a long time, but they were, you know. Um
But wasn't he 20 something?
yes. Cause pretty much like in the group it's like, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like the age is not really, I would say it's focused. Like I could tell when it came to, them or however. Because I mean, and I was told like in the past she had other relationships. I wasn't there during that time or whatever, but yeah, they were in a relationship.
So
It
she
was
was
not
young.
That
a long time, but it was like maybe a couple of months. No different from the probably length of time like me and Talia was together. Um, but it didn't quite like really work out like that.
mm.
Her.
But
So, um, go ahead and tell me a little bit more about your relationship with them and like spending time with them.
yeah, and it was like just like I said, I already had like this bad like but I just kind of like forced myself, and it was like I guess like they kind of just gave me like this false illusion. I felt like I really felt like they were like really there for me, and it was like this sense of obligation at a certain moment. I just really felt because it's like I had this totally different opinion of them, and then it was like overnight it changed. I can't explain like. But part of me at one time was like, "Dang, they put roots on me." I don't know. It's just like I went from feeling one way to like like I can explain it. Even they literally belittled me and said all kind of stuff, and it's like I could not even like speak out. Like I guess because I just really didn't want to, and then I'm not even gonna lie. Part of me just really felt like even though they were bashing me, I still felt like a sense of I had to be loyal to them, and not to even speak.
Why were they bashing you? Because of
Oh yeah, because
Texas?
actually it was a couple times really because like when I was in Georgia, one time they had hit me up. They was in Costa Rica and they were needing to come to Georgia, And I was like, because at that time I was literally going through some things, in life myself, and I was actually getting ready to was at that time focused, and I was gonna get ready to go back to Jamaica, and um the spot that I was staying in, I was literally gonna move out soon. So the lights was not even on, the water wasn't even on. And I told them the situation of that house. I wasn't staying there, I was staying with a friend. So I explained to them the circumstances of the house before they came. So and being that when we stayed in Costa Rica one time, like literally, it was a time that it was like a big fight had broke out in Costa Rica. So we literally got.
And I even think I remember um the lady Rose talking about this lady. You know what? That is so strange. Like when she's talking, I feel like I've heard this through um God, light body goddess. You know what I'm saying? So um as she talks, it's like it sets a jigsaw in my head. It kind of brings it together. It brings I say it brings the dots together. It lines up all the dots.
In Puerto Rico, they don't have to, like here in the States, if something happened, they have to go through like court systems in order to evict you. But in Costa Rica, that's not the case. If something happened, they can literally just come in and be like, you got to go, like now, you know. So that was a case that actually happened when we was there. So we had to just leave out of a house. So a group that was there, just so we literally wouldn't be homeless, allowed us to stay in this like it was like a shed or something. It was like a sanctuary or something, but it really wasn't a house. Like so, it didn't have no really no electricity. It wasn't like a house. Like even like with the windows, like the most, like the mosquitoes could fly. Like so, it wasn't the best thing, but at the same time, it was like I was like, in my mind at that moment, it was like, okay, this is my family. And I just didn't even focus on the circumstance of the living arrangements. I'm like, because we're just all together. And so for them to, once they came to Mount Vernon, they was like, they had so much to say about the living room of that house there. But they already knew the lights was off and the water was off before they came. That's why I told them, I was like, y'all can come, but I'm not staying there. And this is the, circumstances at the house. So when they got there, they just had everything negative to say, this and that about the situation and this and that there. And in my mind, I'm like, come on, like, why are y'all
Hi,
trying to act,
Amma.
like bougie on, it was like, to me,
Hi, Amma. This is people talking about that mother and daughter. Remember that mother and daughter that I used to talk about before? Um, the one who used to beg with the cousin. This is the lady exposing the mother and daughter.
like they were just trying to like attack me as a person, like at that moment, and just like tear me down in a way to build me up, type stuff. I can't explain because in the midst of that, that's when they was trying to convince me to go to Africa, and that's why I'm kind of glad that happened because when that happened, it kind of like showed me a different leadership to the point I was like, why would I go to Africa with somebody that could make me feel how they made me feel at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So that event actually helped me where I didn't go to Africa, and they literally tried to peer pressure me into going to Africa. And I told them I was like, nah, and I'm kind of glad because once they got there, how it went, I was like, literally, God was saving me from that whole situation. So and even after that, I still wound up, talking back with them. You know what I'm saying? After that incident happened, and I moved to Texas, and they reached out at me again. Even though my family members, I promised them that I would not, ever let them come back and stay with me, or ever on that level. But it's like like it's like are they really had like this soft part on my heart no matter what happened or this and that. So so I allowed them to come, to Texas because the goal was they was coming, they were gonna work, and like because I was like I came here and was in 6 months I was like, on top. So I was like, y'all could come here and y'all could really work, and in no time, y'all could really be, at a great level. And, they made it seem like it was cool, they were down for it. And boom,
Like I said, they love bombed you, girl. They love bombed you because they knew they wanted something from you. They wanted something from you. They wanted something from you, and and they and they they wanted something from you, and you obviously had something. That's the time when they was in Texas. So I remember when they was in Texas, so it was you that they went to. I didn't realize that is her that they went to. You see, they love bombed her. You see.
here, I was excited. I'm not even gonna lie, I was excited for them to come. They got here because at this time Alicia was pregnant. She was finna get ready to have the baby like in a couple months. So I'm like, okay, y'all can work real hard, get everything the baby need and this and that. I was just making plans in my head and all this. But then they got here, and then it was just like, because actually the day that she got here, it's like this little company that I know, like when he needs like help, he pays like $30 an hour. And it's like we go and we clean out like hoarder houses and stuff like that. So she came doing that month.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Sotama.
And I was like, actually, I can put you on a gig, for like $30 an hour. You could, you know,
This was the mother and daughter that I put up with the Guyanese one where they were begging a lot. They would come on screen and they would beg a whole lot. Where the mother would lie and say she went to the airport that she needed money. And this is one of the people who was part of their thing. She's talking out. So I'm putting it as a audio because it's easier to listen to the audio, so that we can hear every detail. Because then I can remember all the videos that I made around about this time, certain times.
some good little money. Because most time it goes for like 2, 3 days. So she was like, she shot me down fast, like, oh no, nah, So I was like, okay, I don't know. If it was me, I would have been excited off of what they were saying to me before they got here. So, and it was a super easy way, to make some quick money right quick. But she literally shot that down. So I even brushed that off. I'm like, okay. But I kept coming up with other options, but it was to the point I was working so hard and I still do. So I was like, like there's no way someone gonna come here and be laying up in my house and I'm working as hard as I'm working. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like,
So basically, they were doing what Nature Boy Flunkies is doing. Basically, when they go to someone's place and they didn't want to do nothing, which we already said. I remember even talking about them doing that when they were complaining about this lady. It's so mad how it's turned 360 degrees back and we've gotten back to the same stage and we're here and she's talking about the same thing that I showed on Scream when they were cussing out this lady and showing all her texts. I think it must be this lady because it's this lady and there was another lady.
hey, because they were talking about Alicia's childbirth. So I already knew I was gonna have to be responsible for all this, and all that. So I'm like, we can all work together, and which I didn't mind helping. I didn't mind helping, pay for her childbirth or any of that. But it's like, okay, but it's like when I seen that they had no ambition, didn't want to do anything. All they wanted to do was lay here, and it was like they complained about everything. Like I had bought a blowout mattress. She complained about the blowout mattress. Was saying it was too hard. It's like literally they wanted me to get on my. They didn't say it, but I could tell. Like they literally wanted me to get on my bed, and I guess for me to sleep on the air mattress at my
Oh
own house.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like then I had
Mhm.
parrots at the time. So they complain about the parrots, but I'm like, we're about nature. So like so now all of a sudden nature bothers you, like come on. So my parrots that's chirping, that's nature. It's a big issue. It's like everything was like a big issue all of a sudden. And it really had just like really kind of like irked me. And then we kind of had a little altercation, like argument outside. And I was like, okay, it's like they're trying to get me evicted. So at that moment, I was like, you know what? They got to go. I think they had probably been here like 24 hours. And I was like, I came here and I bust my butt too hard. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, lose what I worked so hard for, like, because, it's
Yes.
like, like I couldn't do that. It's like I felt like they was trying to make me lose what, so I'll be back stuck in a place because, like, in Costa.
They want to try and make you lose your place because it's not their place. That's what it is. They, 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 they didn't want to work with you. They don't want to work with you or try and work with you. They just wanted to enjoy the space which you had. Which I remember one time I played a video with them and they was talking about how much money people have and this one have this much money and that one have this much money. But she's actually right because if you're about nature, you're about certain stuff that 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 maybe you can make money out of what you are dealing with because people who are in eco friendly villages and stuff like that, they make money out of it. They would not, right, like they wouldn't let this lady suffer or whatever she's doing because she's working hard to bring in the money and you're there. Like, heck, there's some people who get frustrated just sitting around. It's a frustrating thing when you know that you are able bodied and you can do stuff, littlest things as making food, anything. Because even when she was in Uganda, everybody was saying the same thing. Everybody literally was saying the same thing. But you can do something in Uganda. You can do here. You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. And she was like, well, maybe. No, no, no. Da, da, da. That's what I was saying. Like even her when she went to Africa, she was sucking Africa. She wasn't. She didn't came. She didn't go there to progress or help Africa. She went there to suck it, and that's the same thing she was doing to this lady.
Not gonna lie, in Puerto Rico, she had like PPP loans and all that stuff like that. So I didn't really have a lot of money at the time. So she literally took care of me. Like if we ate, she bought it. Like I can't say that she didn't do things for me. So that's why I just kind of feel like, okay, I want to make this up to these individuals because they were really there for me. You know, um, hold up, I'm kind of got off track. um, but back
You,
to the Texas thing. So I said, yeah, I feel like they was literally trying to make, kind of cause controversy because the whole I was at work, she was texting me. I ain't supposed to be on my phone. I'm texting her. Getting into it with her, like literally.
Because they're selfish as hell. That's what it is. They're selfish. They're selfish because even my daughter's at work and I know she's at work, right? I'm not gonna text her or nothing unless it's an absolute emergency that you have to do. She wanted to mess up your run-ins. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to mess up your run-ins.
Lost my job that day. Then I come home. I could literally lost my apartment just off her just, getting loud and all this. I'm like, all this is stemming from me saying y'all need to work. We need to work for each other. To make life better. Because I literally was working so hard. Just like I said, I still do. So I'm like, it showed me. I was like, okay, these individuals are coming, and they didn't come to try to light my weight. They came to add a bigger weight.
They came to suck off of you. That's what they came to do. They came to do that. Because I think in a video, I think I gotta find the video. I did a video on the same thing, and I definitely said, and my words was, she came to suck off of Africa. She came to suck off. She suck off. They're like there's like a succubus. They want to eat off of you. They're like parasites. That's what they are. That's the word I was trying to think of. Parasites. They're not there to help you. They're there to hinder you.
What they already know is so stressful for me. So I was like, that's when I just saw like they don't care about me. Like, because if you cared about somebody, it's no way that you would do that. So, but the thing about me, I'm such a loving person. Like, even though they stressed me out and all that, I was like, y'all got to go. Like, because I was at a point where my peace come first over anything, anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I was an evil person, I'd be like, you know what, y'all got to get the hell on, and not care where they went, got the hell on too. But I actually had talked to a girl that I knew that stayed near me. I was like, I explained the situation to her. I was like, can you please help me out a couple of days where these two individuals can come and stay with you for a couple of days until they fly out, you know? So I still cared about them in the midst of that to make sure, you know, that, but when they got online bashing me, they made it seem like I just kicked them out, you know, you know, like with no plan. But what they didn't tell the world is I made sure they had somewhere to stay, you know, that they stayed, that they didn't have to pay a dime, you know, and they stayed there till they left, you know, because I was like, you know, I knew they were going to make it difficult for me, and I couldn't live in my house. Like, my house is my peace, and I'm not going to have nobody in my house making me feel uncomfortable, because that's how the situation was. Because they were so upset when I came home that day, they had literally cooked food that was in my refrigerator and didn't even cook for me. You feel me? Like, literally, the
That's
the
feisty.
energy. Like, can you imagine somebody in your house and just walking around like, you know, like it's your house, and they just literally like screw you because they're in their feelings, but you're in my house. So like that's why I was like, oh no,
Damn, can you imagine, right? Can you imagine? You pack up your fridge full of food, and somebody there cook your food that you pack up, and they're going on like those their space when they know it's not their space. Oh wow.
you most definitely you got to go. Even after I came home and the energy that I was getting from them, like most definitely. So I was like, y'all are ready, and I took them to the friend of mine's house, and they stayed there until you know, they left, and then that's when they got online and they bashed me
Oh
and you
wow.
know, had everything to say about, oh, she told us to come, and then she just kicked us out, but they didn't tell the whole story about, you know, them saying they're gonna work and all this. Oh yeah, the kicker, they told me, they was like, oh, we came to give you emotional support, that's what we're here for. Like, dude, I can get a dog for emotional support. I don't need you for emotional support. Or if I need you for emotional support, you can give that to me through the phone. You do not have to come and
So
stay in my house, and I have to take care of you for
right,
emotional support.
right.
You know? So it was just like weird. But
Hmm.
yeah.
Now, what did you witness or hear of any illegal activities with her? Because I know stuff,
I mean, okay,
and
like,
I
nah,
wanna come I want
it was a time I know that I don't want to lie, so I can't really remember. All I know was a time I know she was leaving. I think she left Costa Rica, if I'm not mistaken. And when she left Costa Rica, when she was coming through the airport, she got locked up.
Hmm.
Um, um, but she said it was for old cases. It was like a sex trafficking charge. Um,
The goddess, whatever, light body goddess. Nearly forget her name. Is a bargeon. She a whole bargeon. She, I think this was the trafficking that was for Elizabeth, but the lady explains it because I got to wait to get to the part the with the son, because I think that part is important that we hear, because we was concerned. I mean, I was concerned about the son staying with strangers, and I think the lady explains it later on.
if I'm saying it right, it
yes.
was a trafficking. I know charge. It may not be. I don't. It could not be. I could be wrong about the sex part. It was just, or it could be just trafficking or child trafficking. I think that's what it was. Child trafficking.
It was
Child
child
trafficking. Yeah.
trafficking.
Because I don't. Yeah.
It was interference of
Yeah.
custody.
Child trafficking. My mistake. And she explained it to me. She was like, she said something about it was an underage child that when they first left, I guess, and they was trying to do tribal and stuff, they took a child with them, and he was underage, and I guess his mother and them I guess reported it or something like that. So that it was like a
Yeah, the kid from New
yeah,
York.
it was like
Oh,
yeah,
it's
the
on
kid was
the.
from New York, and they had like a warrant out for her. So when she came through the airport, they arrested her, and you know, and even like okay for that incident, like backing back up to Georgia. Okay, when they got there from Georgia, I'm expecting when she get from Georgia, I'm thinking because at that time I knew her baby Alan was with her. So when they first got to Georgia, I noticed I didn't see Alan, and like I'm not gonna lie, you know me,
She had a young baby, right? She showed a picture of him one time when she was talking about her family, and I think the baby happened to come up. So what this lady's talking about it's not wrong at all because she showed a picture of him with a family, like a Puerto Rican family. To me, I had great concerns for that. I had concerns for that because like you hear of children getting used for organs and all sorts of stuff. And the fact that she was so blasé to hand him over to a total strangers, I couldn't believe it. And this lady actually explains it. And this is where I say there's a lot of videos that I've done, and this all connects up to the videos that I've done. I could have just pulled some and then flashed it as she was talking, but it wouldn't make no sense. But some of the videos that I have done on this lady, like Body Goddess and her daughter, the lady brings clarity to a lot of what of the questions that was out there about the lady and her daughter. And I think I did ask somebody about the cousin. It wasn't this lady, but I did ask about her cousin. Like, was her cousin okay? But in the other one, I'm not going to play all of the other lady interview, but with this one had more details to it. This one I'm playing this one.
I don't really ask a lot of questions. Even the questions may be in my mind, I'm thinking it, but I'm a type of person, I kind of stay in my lane and stay in my business, kind of, I don't just, even if I got concerns in my brain, I just want to say it. But I just had this stuff. I'm like, where's baby Allen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to say that, but I didn't say it, But come to find out, she literally gave him to somebody that's in Costa Rica. And I remember like
Gave him away, like literally gave him away. Hear that word, gave.
I was in Costa Rica. He used to go over there and stay, but it's like she used to always speak of him, like she really, I really felt like when she spoke to him, I really felt like she cared about him, like because because she has a way of like she can really fool you like with her words, like you'll really believe her. She had me thinking like she truly really cared about him, and she wanted to like have him, because she was saying like I think originally they took him because she had left him like alone, like, and I think she was staying like in the basement or something of one of her family
Yep,
members'
she
house, and
left him
she
in the
had left him.
basement.
Yeah, she left him alone, and her family member actually reported the situation,
Wow.
so they wound up taking him. And even though I knew that, like for some reason, I was so brainwashed to the point it's like she didn't do no wrong in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like she had a way of telling me that story. Even now, me thinking of it, like I should have just been like, "Come on," like But she had a way of telling the story that I like had empathy for her, and she was like, so she kept like saying she wanted her son with her, this and that. So at this time I was in Georgia, she was in New York, so she was like literally, spending time with him because he actually was still in custody of someone else. Like he was still like the ward of the state or whatever. And she literally got him and got on the plane with him. Like it just, like she got him a passport and flew off in the sunset, like with no permission at all. So, but at the time, I was in agreement of it because I'm like, I'm thinking she really loved her child and she really wanted him. So it was like after they came to Georgia and she didn't have her son with her. Like I'm not gonna lie, that was like a crack of my, like it started for me looking differently at her. Cause I was like, who leaves their child? Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Oh, absolutely.
mm, mm.
You went
The
out,
sound kind
or
of went out.
I can't hear
The
you.
sound went out on her.
Kind of upsetting on the low,
Oh,
but at that moment, I still didn't speak my truth. It was many moments I didn't speak my truth. Just like when they kicked Liz out, I didn't agree with that situation. But and I feel so horrible because like I didn't agree with that. It was
Mm,
totally
mm.
wrong how they did her. Like because Liz was held great value in our group. You get what I'm saying?
Now, Elizabeth is the one that I put up on the community tab doing her shahada, okay? Because she was part of the Source Menelin tribe. Well, I actually said it right. Source Menelin tribe. She's part of it. So this is where it's leading into now. So like now it's gone from the child that was left to another trafficking charge that the light body chieftess have had. And so they were saying, I think Elizabeth is mentioned in it as well. Because I can't remember exactly. Because I know when I listen to things sometimes I hear it, but now I'm listening again. I hear Elizabeth name mentioned, so I think she was in that trafficking situation basically.
Cooked, she clean. You know what I'm saying? She was a team player with like what we had going on. And like for a long time I beat myself up because I knew it was wrong and I should have voiced my opinion, but at the time then I just got in the group. I felt like, I didn't want to say anything, and just like I told Liz, I'm so sorry, because I should have spoke up, even if it meant, me getting kicked out the group, or had to leave, because it was the right thing and it was me speaking my truth, going against, a lot of stuff I went against, but I'll just be silent instead of, voicing how I truly felt about what was going on, you know.
Can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
During this time, who was the leader?
no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Who was the
Okay,
leader?
the leader was Anika, um, doing like mostly like Puerto Rico, like and even like it kind of
Anika meaning light body goddess. If anybody doesn't know who she's talking about the light body chieftess. I keep saying goddess. The light body chieftess, hi Fundi. The light body chieftess is a whole trafficking situation involved in two. One her son and the other this young lady called Elizabeth. So basically she was asked who was the head of the tribe. Apparent well, what no it's no alleged she was the head of the tribe. But as the young lady proceeds to tell the story, once again, the jigsaw falls into place.
maybe the second time when I came, it was Anika, but Ezekiel was more just like I said.
Hi Fundi.
He, I can't really say like he was the foundation, like kind of like I don't know, but she was overall the leader, But just like I said, he kind of um was the most balanced one of the situation. But Anika was, I guess you could say, the leader.
Mm.
And what was your purpose? What was your goal?
Because I thought, we was, gonna go in nature, we was gonna grow our own food and all this. We supposed to be, the top of land.
False advertising, just like Nature Boy. False advertising. They false advertise, they string them along, and then they come in thinking that they're going to be doing nature, but in fact, or they're going from Airbnb, or getting donations from people. They're not really functioning, getting their own stuff, like creating to get what they need to get. And this lady woke up to it.
It came up, but it just never happened.
Right.
But even just like
True.
in Puerto Rico, we were staying like in an Airbnb at that time, and it was just like a lot of things that we preached, a lot of times we didn't
False
quite
preaching.
live all up to all that, maybe off camera, somewhat. You feel me? But I can say, whenever I did come the second time, we did eat right. It kind of maybe changed a little bit in Costa Rica that we didn't just eat vegan, but it was
They didn't exactly eat vegan. So when we saw the mother and daughter grubbing down, I think it was a steak. I think she grubbed down on a steak. So they weren't exactly vegan. Now, how can you not be exactly vegan? I mean, fair enough, some people have vegan meals or ITIL meals once a week, twice a week, then it goes into a month. It all depends, right? So they didn't exactly have a vegan, what's it, diet, which is the same with Nature Boy as well, because Anika was following, or AKA Light Body Goddess, was following Nature Boy's template, right? So they were following everything to the letter, which is like preaching nature one side against the system, but on another side there was something else going on.
you know I could tell it kind of started changing a little bit. Where everything wasn't pretty much on the head of how we originally started out.
And what year was this? Mm.
Oh Lord, I don't want to lie. So I think it was like, okay, I know I already had started my locks probably like a year or so. It maybe was like I've been in Texas for October would be 2 years. So I want to say originally it was like 4 years ago when it started. So I've known them pop 4 years, maybe give and take, maybe four and a half, maybe.
Um, and how important was Carbonation and Eligio's leadership to what you guys were doing over there?
Well, I could say like when I first got there, like I heard a lot of Nature Boy videos, you know, and then like she really admired, him. Um and I feel like she wanted to, kind of that's what she got inspiration of the group, and I think that's how she wanted the group to kind of be. Deep down I feel like that's what she wanted. Like I guess it didn't really quite work with them being in there. So like after they
She wanted the same I can't even get the words over. She wanted the same stuff that Nature Boy used to get. Where like he would sit online for ages, get donations, ask people for donations, to give him donations. Even when he's in the supermarket, that he'll like that time when him and Velvet was in, I think, a supermarket. They bought something and they asked their followers for money for the groceries. She wanted to do exactly the same thing he was doing, basically. You know what I mean? Which I think was said before, that people will come from the back and try to be at the front and be running, trying to run the tribes, or their so-called tribes, so-called cults, the same as Nature Boy. And this is what she was trying to do, which we all knew already. We knew from the videos. We can tell from the lives what was going on.
it didn't work with them, she was like, okay, I'm gonna create my own carbonation, because it pretty much was it, because it was the time in Georgia. That because all the times before they never really said that, like in Puerto Rico, but when she came to Georgia that time, she was like, because at that time she didn't really have no cash like that, but the person who had all the money was Olivia, her cousin. So she was like, any money that anybody get, we're gonna put it all in one pot. And in my mind, I'm like, like even then, I didn't speak up, but in my mind, I'm like, I didn't agree to that. Like,
And her cousin, I think, her cousin, she spoke very badly of her cousin, right? Because her cousin was the pregnant one pushing the niece in the buggy around the airport. She had her belly showing and she was pushing the buggy I mean, I might have to show you the videos for to jog people's memories of these people because I know not a lot of people know of them, and I think I remember people asking who are they, and I think Olivia is if it is the one I'm thinking of, if it is her, um, yeah. So basically, they were saying when you come, right, you put all your money in one pot, and then like we all like live well like this, and we all do this like this, and 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 I'm the one calling the shots. That's what's going on. But she tried, but like she said, she wanted to want to be as like Nature Boy. Not how he got all the accolades on, not even accolades. Is it accolades? The accolades is not the word I'm looking for. Even though he was getting seen on the internet a lot for saying that his son touched on his pin and this and that and the other, she wanted the same, what's it, highlights, the same, you know when like you want to be seen, you want to be seen like that. So obviously, like, you have to push yourself out a certain way, and this is what she was doing. That's why they kept coming online and showing themselves. Oh, we're in Africa, or we're here, or da. Even her son, even her son, the lady speaks about as well how he was running it with discipline, which is the when it was called the tribe of Israel. So if you remember the tribe of Israel, then you know who I'm talking about.
Like, and then really for her to say, so that mean, and even with Olivia, like she was literally, that was her way of saying all the money Olivia got. But in my mind, I'm like, who's gonna be over this pot? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's going to this pot, who's gonna be over it? So literally, that I guess that was her way of Olivia giving all her money, because Olivia the one that really had all the bank at that moment. When they came from Georgia, she the one was buying, all the tickets and, getting things for them and pretty much everybody. And like when they tried to make me go to Africa, Olivia was gonna be the one to purchase that, as well. So it's like they
The
made
flight.
decisions. Yes, the flights to Africa, but it's like my intuition was like, no, especially how they treated me when they came. I'm glad, just like I said, but I was like, I was glad when I seen how the situation happened. I was like, that would have been me stuck over there, and just like, cause just like I don't stay to Jamaica, y'all have never seen me.
And Mashawn was stranded over there. Mashawn, who was one of the Source Menelin tribe, she was stuck in I think it's Uganda or Tanzania. Tanzania. She was stuck over there. They all went over together. Well, the ones who did go over, and Mashawn was really trying to get out of Tanzania. She was trying to get out of Tanzania for a while. She was even trying to explain her situation with the family, was looking at her all funny and stuff like that. I think Mashawn spoke yesterday, but I don't even know whether her live is still up.
Begging or nothing like that, because I always have a plan. And then
Right.
plus I have family that truly love me. And then another thing with them, they make you feel like you shouldn't talk to your family, because like I have daughters. So like my daughters used to call me, we talk, and they'll always like make me feel bad about talking to my daughters. They was like, literally like me talking to them or get me off.
So actually making other people's family attachment. I'm sorry that I have to keep stopping it, but it is commentary, the same attachments. Your family is attachments. She was running it on her people. She was running it on the people, her so-called tribe, group, whatever. She was doing the same thing. That's what this woman's saying. For those who doesn't understand, or those who is newly coming into this, who doesn't know who this is these people these people are also aligned with carbonation. So everything that she spoke about, you can hear how it's aligned with carbonation in certain ways. Don't talk to your family. Oh, we all have one pot together. This, that, and the other. PPI loans is mentioned in it also.
Kids And like, they was like, Ami, you're the only one that always on the phone. But in reality, I'm the only one that really had, because really they family don't fool with them. So it's like they try to make me feel bad about having people that really cared about me and really wanted to stay linked. They respected what I had going on, but they still, wanted to communicate, like I can't just shut my kids off, even though they were literally of a legal age. Still, like, they they want to
Your
talk to me,
children.
Yeah, and but they try to make me feel bad about even talking to them. But I never stopped it. I still talk to my kids, like, because you're not, like, we have a tight, close relationship. So I'm not finna not talk to my kids. But they always, try to make me feel bad about talking to my kids, and I didn't like that. But just like I said, that's one thing that I held on my truth. Like, I kept talking to my kids. Like, I'm not gonna, just because.
Now, I got a question for
Hmm.
you. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was through. What you was gonna say?
Oh, I had a question for you because word on the curb is that there was some lady of the night work.
I put it through this per se. It wasn't just um, it wasn't just obvious of that saying that's what was did. But I know this when we was in Costa Rica. It was this one time she was. It was like this kind of Spanish guy. He owned like a restaurant. She made it seem cause just like I said, she have a way with words. So she made it seem like it was like a relationship type, but it was very clear it wasn't, because when she went to go and be with him, it was like sometimes, like when they have, like in Costa Rica, they'll have like maybe a room or something in their restaurant that they can be. So she literally was
Mhm.
like leaving us and like literally with him, but she was making it seem to us like, oh, like, it was a relationship. But I'm no dummy. I know exactly what was going on. So, like, you literally was spending your time there and he was giving you money for your time. But I guess she felt we was slow, so she made it seem like, it was, like a some type of relationship, but that was, it was clear it was just more of a upscale way of it. I saw through all of that, what was
You think
going on.
their relationship was transactional?
Yes,
Um,
I
mhm.
know that's what it was. It was very clear, but in a lot of situations, she felt like we was kind of slow, because I ain't gonna lie, I acted slow about a lot of things. But my mind always, just like I said, I keep a lot of my thoughts to myself, or I may vent to somebody else I feel I can trust, you know. But I knew, that situation was more of on a level like that.
Hmm.
Was she the only one?
Yeah, she was the only one. Cause I'm just like I said, she made sure we was good. Like, and I guess, like, when I don't did like a lot of research about, like cults and certain things,
Hmm.
like they make you feel like, like they're the only ones, and cause they really, just like they really had me brainwashed. I really felt like they were my family, like, like, and they do certain things for you, so it makes you feel obligated, or like, okay, these people do love me, because, but in reality, I'm like, what I did for them too as well, so it's like that's what a friend of mine, I don't want to, put.
Something for something, basically. What they called it? Uh, cosmic currency. That's cosmic currency she was giving her, and she didn't. And it's like she turned a blind eye to a couple of things, and it. She knew what was going on, and she turned a blind eye. She just didn't want to say nothing. She didn't want to be, being that she's still kind of new. She didn't want to get, man. It's like, rah.
And but he was like, I mean, you don't owe these people nothing, because he knows everybody in the situation. He was like, you don't owe them anything. When are you going to get that through your head? You just feel like you owe them so much. But I just, I felt entitled. I mean, I'm talking about entitled. That may be the wrong word. I just felt like, like they helped me when I didn't have anything. I'm like, they had to love me because, they did this for me and they did that for me. They didn't have to do that. Um,
They
but
needed
now,
you. They needed you to fulfill the. Did you guys have like long lectures? Did she preach or teach for hours? What was your life
um,
like in the
it
tribe?
was, I mean, it was like, okay, I mean, of course, like you had to pretty much eat a certain thing. And, it was days you had to fast or, you know, it was never like pushed on a like bad way, I'll say. It was a different type of way. Like it was put out to you and you just knew to do it type. So it was really like you was doing it on your own will, but really, you was kind of coerced in doing it
Course.
type, you know. So you really felt like you were really in control of it. Just like it was certain days you didn't supposed to be on your phone. In my mind is I'm like, it can't be no day that you could tell me I can't just be on my phone because I have kids. And if one called me on that day that you're telling me no phone, like I'm gonna have to talk to them. So so I don't know. But it wasn't to the point where it's like, oh, we getting put in the corner or nothing like that. But it was very clear, if you didn't go by the way of it, that's what I always felt. You're gonna get kicked out. You was gonna have to leave. So in fear of that, I always went along with everything. Whatever, I just was quiet and went along. I guess that's why I lasted so long because they knew Ami is the type. She don't say much. Ami is not gonna tell anything. That's what they always banked on. We can literally poke at Ami and do, but Ami's not gonna say anything. Because they knew I had a sense of loyalty when it came to them. But
Wow.
it's to the point now. It's just like I'm like, I feel like I should speak my truth. And because it could just, a lot could tell. Like a lot of people just brainwash like about them. Not saying just like I said, they're all just 100% negative. But it just not everything and what it seems.
Were you afraid of her?
Oh no, I wasn't afraid of her. I was more of afraid of not being able to be a part of that illusion that they painted to me. You
Hmm.
know, um, but afraid, no.
Did you're
I was.
afraid you're going to be left out and
Yeah, I just have to go back. Because I really enjoyed being in the tropics. Just I always been a person that like nature, the beaches, and just I don't know. I just like that vibe and at a certain point I really felt like the only way I could have that is was through them, until I left and went to Jamaica, and that really kind of like helped me, because I'm not gonna lie, I told them that I was gonna be gone for 2 weeks, but I knew when I left I wasn't coming back. Like I knew that, but I kind
mm,
of was afraid to tell them that, like I don't know why, but I at that moment I didn't speak my truth. It's like, okay, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. I could not say that to them, which I already knew when I left. I knew I wasn't coming back. So when I left, they thought I was coming back, but I had never in intentions of coming back to be there with them. Like, cause I
mhm.
really wasn't happy. I kept trying to force and make myself be happy in the situation, but at the end of the day, I wasn't happy with them like that. Now Alicia, I'm not gonna lie, it was to a point where even though in the beginning I didn't really like link up spiritually, like as in I used to be like I didn't really care for those two individuals. That's why I used to tell to leave. I really got to a point where I grew a bond with her, and that was real. Like I really, cause I kind of, like I mean, she when you get to know her, I'm not gonna lie, she can be she's a sweet individual, and I feel like what is she's becoming now is more of the example that was put around her, the things she's been around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like how you're a product of your environment. So I feel like her mom is the really the issue behind of just like even now with her can't hold accountability more. If she see her mom never hold accountability. If people don't notice the pattern of them, anytime it's an issue with anybody, I've never seen them come online and say, "Hey, we did this wrong." It's always the other person's fault. It's never their fault. I mean, that's just a pattern with them. It's always everybody else's fault. It's never theirs, like ever.
Yeah, that's a sign that
Yeah.
you're dealing with the control of
Yes, a narcissist.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
never nobody else's fault. I mean, never their fault at all. They're always the poor.
Yeah, I've seen that on various a few of their lives that they used to do when they're getting problem with people. They will run a whole live for how long, showing receipts as they put it. They did worse, and this did worse, and that did worse. It's just a whole craziness. I actually have the video of one of them falling out with uh I'm calling Rose by the wrong one. Light body chieftess. No, no, light goddess. I think she is. I think she's called light body goddess. And they fell out with her, and they was running it and running it and running it and running it. And what happened is the lady was trying to get them out of Uganda. I think it was Uganda at the time, and she was trying to give them ideas of ways to come out of the situation that they had, because they had a robbery on the compound where they were staying, and a whole argument had erupted, and it was a case of, oh, you did this to me, you did that, and you're not here for us, and oh, I don't like your energy, and a whole heap of things. I think when I will find it and play it, because I have got that one here, so I can say I have that receipt here. So what she's saying is true, really, because they it's like the whole negativity will be around them. I think one of my subs said she has dark energy around her. I think quite a few of the subs said that, and they showed it all the time, numbers of times. In the case where the mum was lying and said she was at the airport, and one man, she was talking to a businessman. She used to run some stories. She used to really run some stories. So this lady who was taken in by them was taken in by what she heard is not unusual, because she knows how to string a good story. And that's why I said, in the Caribbean there's people like her that is in the Caribbean, and she is exactly like how some of the people in the Caribbean is. She just thought that how she could run lyrics just like Nature Boy. That's all that is, you know what I mean? Well, it just so happened that she is part of a cult. That's what made it even more, like you say, scamish. However, because she was able to bluff her way through, she knew how to get the people to give her donations, etc. She knew what to say, or know how to say, and she knew how to pull people into her thing.
Victim, always. And it's just and just always coming up with stuff because they know how to prey on the people heart, like type stuff. Um, like, cause I remember like when we was in Puerto Rico one time, they actually came up. They was gonna wanted to come up online, and they was gonna try to like use the Nature Boy experience in order to kind of like get views or like get people. And I was like, no, because I'm like, about being positive. I'm like, you should be able to do what you're doing without even including all that. Like
Right.
just get people to fool with you off of you. So yeah, just hush, hush. So
That's your doggy.
yeah, he, he get jealous. He hear me on the phone. Well, he's trying to be extra, but yeah.
You hear what she said?
So are
But
you still in Jamaica?
I mean, I appreciate.
no, I'm actually in Texas. Remember, I told you they came up here.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh,
Oh, my bad.
that's
Yeah,
that's where they came to visit and stay
yeah.
with you.
They came. twice. Remember, they came to Georgia at first because I was in Georgia, and then a little after then, I moved to Texas because that's why when they came, it was no lights on at the old house or water. But they knew that, and they came there just like I said, but they knew that. But just like I told y'all, we stayed in this place in Costa Rica that didn't have no lights, didn't have no water. It was like it literally had windows that was literally didn't have nothing there. Like anything could fly in. So like I'm like we don't stayed in environments way worse. Only thing with the old house of mine, like the lights was out and the water out, so you already know. But it still was a house. But just like I said, they tried to literally tear me down about that situation, but they already knew before they came. Because I was staying somewhere else. But I was like, I can't invite y'all in someone else's home, but you can. And they literally,
But that's what they do. They've been doing that. They've been doing that. What they do, they take from the people and then they take and they spit on them. Come on. Come on. They take from people. They're not grateful. They're not saying thank you. Right? You give them a roof over their head with no lights and they're finding fault of it. And they live in worse space than that. Right? They're not grateful. They're not grateful. So as much as you're saying, oh, but she did good things for me, she did this for me, da, 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 da. Yes, fair enough, she might have done that, but then she turn around and bites you in your ass. She won't grateful. She won't grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the things that I cotton on about her, right? She'll take the people their money. Then the daughter start cuss them out. Oh, you lot don't understand. Da, 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 da. People give you their hard-earned money. They felt sorry for you. Most people will do that. Anybody with a heart, if they feel sorry for you or bad for you, they will help you. But the way how you go on, you think people's gonna want to help other people because of your behavior? No, they beat you. They they took advantage of you. That's what I'm hearing. People could tell me if I'm wrong. They took advantage of you. And it's good that that this lady's come out and she's talking. These things need to be taught. Even more carbonation, Fussy Hope need to come out and they need to talk too, because I'm guaranteed there is more stories out there about these people taking advantage of people. There's people with less than, and they will gladly accept what you give them. Some people are quite glad to have a roof over their head. There's all homeless outside in the whole of America right now, the whole of England, and then you there go live under somebody's house. You don't even try to do nothing, right? Just me sitting here right now, online now. To me, all right, right, right. Some people want to upgrade themselves. They don't like to stay at that same place, right? That's one thing. And then on top of that, right, they're telling you about consciousness, unconsciousness, unconsciousness. Consciousness is not meant to be, you're not meant to be at a low level. You're supposed to be at a higher level. They talk about vibrations and energy and all this bullshit. And you're bringing your bad energy to the woman house. You bring your bad energy to the woman house. And that's one thing I always picked up about Alicia or Kolsch or whatever the flip her name is, and the light body, whatever she name is, because they have bad juju on them. They have bad juju on them. Because there's nobody I know, nobody who I know, when somebody give them a space on their house. Yes, there's people that take advantage, but there's people that actually is grateful for it. They weren't grateful. That's it. They weren't grateful. I know I made a big speech, but they weren't grateful. They didn't say thank you, Amani. Thank you. You helped me. Even the other lady in the next video where she helped the daughter to have a space to have her baby. So ungrateful. But anyway, she would learn because she's still coming up. She 18 now. She got a lot to learn. What happened is children mimic what they see the mother do. Children mimic what they see the mother do. She's seen her mum do a lot of stuff. She's not happy with her mother. I feel personally, she's she the mother's probably not exactly sat down and had that conversation with the both of them is just as bad as each other. The mother and daughter just as bad as each other. Okay, because like no way in hell will my children sit will go on with all this thing, and this like how they treat this lady. They just treat her quite effed up, if you ask me. Quite effed up. And the lady sound kind of gentle. She thought it was a good cause she's going to, and then instead she go to hell.
Got me kicked out of staying with my friend because the the lights and water was off at the house, the old house that I was staying in. But I had convinced my friend that they can come, and take a bath or cook and stuff like that. And like when they came to his house, like, like they literally almost got me kicked out because they just their demeanor of how they do things, and they don't really respect people's
They
space.
don't
I
respect
can't
What did they
shit.
explain
do?
it.
They don't respect
They
shit.
literally was trying to take over his house type stuff, and then he was complaining, really about like the smell, and everything,
Smooth what?
of that too. And he was like, but off the grace of me, like he took them places where they need to go. And even during that moment, I guess because I didn't want to go to Africa, they went and bought food for themselves, and they didn't buy food for me. I guess that was their way of trying to make me feel some kind of way. But I mean, like, I can get my
Hmm.
friend to buy me food. But that's when it was like little ways. They was like literally trying to. I don't know. It's like I kind of seen a different side of them. The Georgia experience. It was the beginning of me seeing, like this negative way of how they could treat me. But just like I said, even after then, when I vowed myself I wouldn't, go back to dealing with them, I still kind of went backwards and went against what I said when I got to
Just
Texas,
stuck to your guns.
But
Hmm.
we live and we learn. But after Texas, that was the final straw. Like I didn't talk to them no more. Like I was through. Like I mean, I just choose to love them from a distance, but that didn't mean I had to communicate with them, or give funds, because it was just like I seen, and I know, like, okay, I seen them get on live in Africa, and they'll say, oh, and they were telling me, they was like, I can go with $20, and get all this stuff, they was trying to paint it so great because they was trying to get me to still come, but yet it was like it went through this stage where they was people was sending, and people, because people, they was using my cash app. I allowed them to use my cash app,
Hmm.
and people would send cash money to my cash app, and then of course I'll put money with it. I was giving them money, and I would send it to them because I remember one time it was like $200 and some.
Hi
It was, so that was
MJ.
like 713,000 in Africa. So
Hi.
that's really a lot because I stayed in Jamaica. Off $500, I lived like I was about rich, like for real.
Well, for a fact, I know from watching. I can't remember the English, the Brummie over here, the one from Birmingham. I think it's her. I think she did the same thing. She made them use her cash app. Was it a cash app? Something to do with money. Something to do with money when money was involved, and they had a whole catch up about it. I think I spoke about it earlier. A whole catch up. So what she's saying ain't that new. Even the biggest donor stopped donating to them because it's pure fuckery that was going on. Excuse my French, because it's Ramadan. Pure fuckeries was going on for those who's Muslims. Sorry, on the screen, right? Basically, it's like a demand. There was demanding people give them money, demanding. And then like she'll say, "Oh yeah, in Africa it'd be like 2 shillings over here. People can't live over here." But how did you get to Africa? Because Africa costs money. How did you get to Africa? Yes, there's donations, but probably in the background somebody else giving them money. And this is one of the ladies who was giving them extra money on top of extra extra. You know what I'm saying? Rude.
So
Hmm.
that's what I was saying to them, and they kind of got upset. I was like, I don't get it. Like it's like I just had sent the $200, then boom. But really now I get it. They really was keep trying to pour into this boy's music career and all this, because I was like, the money that
And that's Puma, by the way. Puma is the money it was pouring into. You know, the one who she says she husband, right? She said Pumashi husband, whether that is true or whatever. Well, like we all know that's a load of bull left BS anyway, right? They're pouring money into the guy. They're putting money into the guy. Like it's the same thing when like they were begging for him to go to America, I think it was, for him to come over to America. And even there's a story behind that too. You see, the Tory boss all upon no, because because you show your ass, so people's gonna come and tell on you. That's what people's doing now. They come and tell on you. You see, and these people thought that how right nobody ain't gonna tell on them. You see, that's what happened when like you're thirsty, you're too much, because that's what it is. I'll show Medea kind of you're too much. You're too much. People try to help you and you take liberties with them. Because that's what I'm hearing from this lady. She took liberties with them. And she's trying to help. Once again, all I can hear is I'm trying to help them. 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 I hearing what they do for her. All now I'm gonna hear what they do for her. Or not even trying to do. A kosher apparently can cook. I never hear her once say, "Oh, well, she cooked for me. She meant she do this for me. She did that for me. I do for them. I do for them. I do for them." So what about madness?
Which
Didn't y'all?
which boy's music career
Alicia's boyfriend. I mean,
in
yeah,
Africa?
boyfriend. Cause yeah, yeah,
Baby
the
daddy.
boyfriend slash baby daddy. Yeah. So to his music career and everything. So, cause the money that I know I was sending over there, like from the donations of others plus me, what me adding, they should have been beyond straight. Cause I mean, they couldn't fool me. Cause I stayed in Jamaica, and in Africa, the money is worth way more. So if I live off $500 for 1 month, I know good and well the money that was being sent to them, they should have been great. But I still, it was never enough. They still, well, we need more, or or it was always something. And I'm like, and I even mentioned, I'm like, well, I don't get it. How y'all are not, you was just sent money 3 days ago. You get what I'm saying? Like, but it was always more. Or I kept seeing them getting online, and just like Mashawn just said.
Oh, Chrissy. Oh, I hope you look good when you finish, girl. I hope you look good. Oh, see, now we're going to Mashawn. See, now we'll get to Mashawn part now. And I have got her on one of the videos, one of the shorts, I think, or one of the videos, and she went through a whole heap of shit with them. They have a pattern. They have a pattern. I can't remember how the Americans put it. They have a patterning. A pattern. They have a they do the same thing to everybody. Everybody get the same treatment. The feistiness, the rudeness, and then I want your money.
Remember when they said that they house got broken into Africa?
Oh Lord.
Right.
That time, Mashawn said that was a whole because
A
I
whole
think, yeah,
farce.
Mashawn was there. Remember, Mashawn said that was a whole lie.
Ah,
She said that.
MJ, were you there, man? MJ. I think Christine. Who else was there when I brought up when I showed about the when they got robbed in their house. I can't remember. Quite a few people. If people remember, please put in comment section. Please put in comment section. All right. I put up a video about this. I gotta find the blasted video. I put up a video about this as well, and we found it very suspicious. We was very like sussed about it. It is stink. It is smell like poop. Remember, you remember, right? Exactly. We remember. We remember that very clearly. It is stink, and it was very suspicious. It was sus. It was sus, as the children say. It was suspicious because the story didn't make no sense. The story did sound proper ridiculous. And we were sitting here, we were saying, how come you're bringing man into your yard and you saying you want to heal the man and the man there thief from you? I mean, even though it's not unique. No, it's not a unique situation. Probably those things happen in the West Indies. Talking the proper Queen's English now, but the same thing is the stuff that was stolen didn't make sense. I think they said they didn't thief no money or something like that. The thing was sussed. Yes, it was sussed. And we was there thinking, but wait, this not look right, this don't look right. But I feel some of the neighbors didn't like her neither. I personally feel, right, I haven't been to Africa, but I know from dealing with Africans in England, if they don't like you, they don't like you. They will let you know they don't like you, and they will set it up so they will rob you. And me and a couple people, when I talked to a couple people, and we was trying to work this thing out, and I said, baby, it was this. And the next one said, no, maybe it was this. But we're looking at it and we're thinking, but wait, the scene didn't look right. The scene looked kind of staged. And the way she stand up and she holds herself, oh, and I was thinking, what? She just didn't look like I said, once again, okay, I'm going to say, not everybody emotions is the same when stuff gets robbed or whatever. People go through different emotions. Yes, they do. But it just didn't make sense. It just seemed very suspicious. Thinking this woman is moving very not right. I remember, and MJ, you remember the airport one? That was sus too. We said, Rotty, that was kind of sus. She at airport and she had chat to businessman. I think I have the video. Boy, if the phone was showing clear, I could pull up video from each of these times, right? Because the first time when she started to tell a story, I didn't record it. The next story come now. I said, but wait, this look kind of weird. I said, weird, this look kind of weird. Then I started to remember stream them now. And I'm listening. That don't make no sense. I'm thinking, I mean, and me, I'm not suspicious of people like that, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm a bit skeptical of people, right? It's natural, right? Normally, I'm the slowest one in the book. My children have to say, Mom, did you not see A? This one was so obvious, it was so suspicious, it was just in your face, like, come like Columbo, foolishness. It was just crazy. I said to myself, how you let a man, what was it, MJ? How she said, what was she said? She said she went to help a man come into the house, into the compound. It's like a gated community. Look like kind of like a gated community. Because when she showed the driveway, you can see it's a gated community kind of situation, right? Even when they move from one place to the other, suspicious. And then she said the man come in. Well, now when she showed, she said, "Oh yeah, this is how it look, and this is how it look." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like it didn't look right. It didn't look right. Fair enough, right? People lie, or they tell a little lie, or they tell a little lie. The little lie go into a big lie. Yes, but that was a big lie. That wasn't no little lie. That was a huge lie. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make sense. I'm like, how can it not? The dots is not lining up, right? And I remember showing that video about it. What this woman is saying, like I said, everything this woman said, and everything this woman said, and the other woman say before this lady, I'm like, boy, I have a video on that. I have a video on that. I have a video on that. I'm like, Now she comes. She say it's a lie. My goodness. What do you say? Oh, yep, she missed one too many flights. Yes, too many flights. Remember? But it was blatant and hard to. Yes, MJ, because even MJ picked it up. I think Christine picked it up. I think Christine at the time did come into that chat that same day. Miss Wise, Trips Treehouse was there. Man, I have to go find the video. Trips Treehouse was there. MJ was there. We all was there. I think even So Amma was there, I think. He looked suspicious. And I'm not saying these things don't happen. No. And I remember going and looking up about living in Uganda. And the lady's words was, you have to be careful when you're in Uganda. You can't be flashy, you can't be this, you can't be that. And then, oh yes, and don't forget the pool table. Remember the pool table, MJ? The pool table. That was kind of like, what the hell? Right? And then there was making a whole kerfuffle about it. I said, "What the flip is going on with these two women? You make Guyanese look bad. You make Guyanese people look bad. The way you sell yourself on this internet here, right?" And I'm not saying I've seen people ask for donations and actually go and do the work with the donations. So like I said, I ain't knocking people who ask for donations. No, I'm not gonna knock it. But if stupid people like this will stop people giving you because of stupid people like these. And now everything will come out in the wash. It's so ridiculous and so blatant. And she blatantly lied in front of us. Hi, Charles. And she blatantly lied in front of us, and we can see you was making no goddamn sense. You took the rotted long haul instead of saying, "Look, right, this is it. This is what's going on." Da 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 da. You dare make up story next way, right? We're like, hang on, wait a minute, right? I was like, hang on, wait a minute. I can't remember what Trip said. Trip said that time. Hi, Charles. I can't remember what Trip said in the live because MJ said something and somebody else said something. I remember that live when I showed them getting robbed, or they said they had a robbery. I'm gonna go find the video. We're gonna even put it on the same stream here. It might make it a little longer, but it's okay. It's okay. Hold on, let me link it back up. Let me link it. Let me link it. Because this is so ridiculous.
He came up with that story
A
to get donations.
story.
But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I knew that when I saw it. I knew it. I said they just coming up with stuff. It's
Wow.
like because they prey on people's emotions. Because
Ah,
and
yes.
I think like after Alicia got pregnant, that was their way. They knew that was a ticket. That was
Yes.
their really ticket of getting to people emotions. Like because people of course gonna support somebody. That because she
Pregnant
always
and hungry.
yes, because she wanted
Yes.
that. She planned that. Like
Yes.
and that's why when I found she was pregnant, I said, "Wow, you manifested that." That's what I told her because that's all she talked about. So like, it wasn't like it was an accident. That's what she wanted. Like
Yes.
she tried for that to happen, and she got it. So now it's like, okay, you're crying about it, but that's what you wanted. Like you wanted it and you got it.
But
So
she was only how old when she was pregnant?
I think she was like 17.
I
I'm
mean,
not
she was a
mistaken. Cause
child.
She was pregnant at 17, everybody. 17. Okay? Now bear in mind I have done what do you call it? Videos on youngers getting taken advantage of, okay? So what she's saying is she went out of her way to get pregnant because she knows that how when you show the baby, when you show that you're the belly, you're guaranteed to get donations. She's been watching Velvet and Nature Boy so well, she knew that by having a baby, because babies, when people see babies, say, "Oh man, I gotta send the baby." Well, like if it's genuine thing, obviously, I gotta send the baby money. I gotta send this woman who's pregnant money because the pregnant woman need it. Akosha was the first ever woman to ever get pregnant. Uh, Apparently, yes, I think so. Yes, I think you're right. Oh, there's a
18
baby.
now.
Right. She
Yeah.
was a child. She didn't know any better. This
No.
Yeah.
is like a doll to her, in her
Yeah.
mind.
And her mum put her up. Well, I'll say her mum put her up to that one.
And
She
let me ask you something about his
hmm
music.
hmm
Um,
Humor now.
what kind of music is it?
it's like, just like a African, like
Afrobeat?
Afrobeat.
a yeah. It's nothing, just like when I heard you on the live earlier, like we got enough musicians. Like it's like it's nothing, now I'm not gonna say it's bad or it's garbage, it sounds good, but it's no a lot of music sound good, just like here in America, it's a lot of people you hear like want to be rappers, all of them good, but like it gotta be, it gotta be something just a way that you just pop off and be the same. famous person, but it's like they in their mind they got this big dream that I
That
don't know
he's
that
going to
he's
be that
yeah
he's
he's
going
gonna
to be this superstar
he's gonna be like like
like
chronic or
Burna
something.
Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a burner boy or something like.
Huh.
So, but I'm like, I don't know, but they really believe it. Like, so I mean, I guess he has painted that to them, but I'm like, even like with some people here in America feeling like that. It's like you still got to work, you still got to make sure, you know, your life is taken care of. Like they say, living in the now, we got to be in the now.
Mm-hmm.
And now bills are due. Now we got to take care of ourselves. So
Yeah,
you got
true.
to come up with another plan
Yep.
other than being a famous um musician at the moment. But I think they invest a lot of their money in him.
Yeah, I believe
Like
it
Doing
what
what?
too.
they really, hmm?
I mean, what are they investing in? Like equipment?
No, I think because I guess he has to pay for like studio time
Oh
and
no,
stuff
not
like
that.
that.
That's a scam
Yes,
right there.
yes. And
Okay. Yeah, we
I can
know.
speak my truth
Yo,
because they literally like made it seem like
yeah, we know they were scamming already. I think we realized that they was investing in him a lot because he kept talking a whole heap of hoopla on the live. He was there literally saying, "No, yeah, can't." Well, no, was it can't? I can't remember all the exact words because it's been a while since I seen that video. I'm gonna try find it. I think I am going to find it and I'm going to put. I don't know whether I should repost it or just put it attach it to this because the time is clocking on me.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't lie. Like he didn't really come down there on like demon time, you know. Like they called the police and all that, but I mean, I could understand. Yeah, they say he had peeked in the window and stuff, but when he was there, he was only begging to see Eliana. But as in him, like he was coming like to be vicious, like he was gonna beat up somebody or something like that. Like that wasn't the case. Like so when I seen then they had called the police and it was just like this.
Oh, this is Nature Boy when he came to see Eliana. Okay, because I had to skip over. Right, as soon as she mentioned they paid for the studio. There's nothing else to be said after that, really.
Thing. I don't know. They used that moment too to just get attention from the public. You know.
Well, you can't be too sure with Eligio. He may have come there, you know, on one pretense, and then he can turn on a dime. So
Yeah, I mean I get that, but I was just saying, off of what I saw.
he didn't come in banging the
I
door
can't
down
lie.
and.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
was nothing like that. And they got online and they said that it's like they used the situation because they know how to use like situations to get views or you know because I was there, so I was like, okay, I see how they do things. They're like an opportunist on certain situations. You know, so yeah, it was. But yeah, back to the like with Velvet, like I don't know. I feel like she just used the situation to because she already had her own plans when she came because she made it. I feel like she just came in like she wanted to be with Ezekiel, but it's like how could you switch up so fast? Like within 20.
Oh yeah. If people don't know who Ezekiel is Light Body Chieftess's son. Okay, and he was the one who was running the tribe of Judah in I think it's Puerto Rico or Costa Rica. I'm not sure, but it's one of them anyway. There wasn't one of them islands.
Because I happened to come out my tent one night to go in the house to use the bathroom, and I think I went in the kitchen, and I noticed she was in the room with Dylan. So in my mind, I'm like, what did I miss so quickly? Like how like it, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It took me for like like if you know somebody with somebody else, and then the next second, like I happen to come in and like as usual, don't say nothing, but I'm looking like, what is going on? You
Hmm.
know, like because it was like because she was on the bed with him, and it was just like she wasn't even with Ezekiel. I was like, what is really going on? Like and then she's so delusional in her brain that she felt like it was nothing wrong with her actions. Like she can literally come stay in somebody's house and literally just start a whole nother relationship with somebody else,
This is
and they
Velvet.
supposed to be fine with it.
This is Velvet.
You
Did you
get what I'm
talk
saying?
to
Like,
her? Was it a big deal? Did anyone speak with her about it?
no, it was pretty much like it happened. Like, now I'm not gonna lie, that's when they kind of switched on her. After, like they thought she was gonna come, that was gonna get them views. I felt when it came, I wouldn't necessarily say that was Ezekiel's reasoning. I feel like he really, cared about Velvet. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
but Onika, it was like, cause they was like literally like kissing her butt, like, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, and cause
Chieftess of carbonation. So
Yeah, that's their queen of nothing. That's the queen of the earth plane.
yeah. So and then like when they found out she was coming, it was automatically kicking Liz out. Like and and our thing was, okay, we believe in polygamy and this and that. So why do just because they're not to her and Ezekiel and Liz is not together, why do Liz got to leave? You feel me? It
right,
was like they was just it was just like and
cruel.
then yeah, and then a part of
All right, let me see. Like anybody who don't know who Liz is, or Elizabeth, is the one who took the Shahada last week. I think she did. Now she was with Ezekiel originally before Velvet landed on Source Menelin doors doorstep, and it appears that how as Velvet entered, um, Liz got kicked to the side, basically, in a nutshell. I do remember seeing stuff about that because I think O'Neill used to follow them as well. I think O'Neill and Cola. Well, Cola, hopefully, if Cola's around in the comment section, she can come in and just come in and talk. Come in and put in a comment section because it's vital that we get everything lined up, including the timelines. Timelines are very important. Being that how Liz was trafficked as well because she was very young as well, but you do see her in some of the pictures. So yeah, they kicked her out because Velvet entered.
was like, if they could do her like this, and I knew how large she was, who am I? Like that thought did come to my mind. Like because how they did her was cold. It was cruel. And just like I told her, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't speak up because I should have been like, you know what, this is wrong. But I didn't. I
You were
just was
under mind
quiet.
control. You were under mind control as much as anybody else. I'm not a cult expert or I can't tell, but just based on what you were
Yeah,
telling me,
I
you have
was
to cut
quiet.
yourself some slack.
Yeah, I know that, but at this moment, just like I just still, yeah, I get that, but I still felt bad. I still should have spoke up for her. Like I
Liv,
really
Liv
wished
is
I
so
could.
beautiful inside and out. I'm pretty sure she forgives you.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah, we talked, and she has, but and she under she understands.
Elizabeth has grown up so much from this time. I have to give her an applause for that. She has literally developed from this time. It could have been worse for her, but instead, she went the next road. She could have been bitter, she could have been vexed, she could have been upset with people, she could have been a lot of things, you know what I mean? She didn't do none of that. And I'd still need to do the interview because there's lots of stuff on their interview. Her and this I can't say the guy's name. I keep calling him Kite. Her and Kite's interview, that there is loads of timelines lined up there on a lot of ways, and Kite and her has never changed what they said. Um, you know what I'm saying? And I might do it in bits. I don't know because there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. Um, not only that is the ones who is trying to mimic carbonation. The way there was mimicking carbonation, the way they was running the tribes. Now there's still another one that is another off cut of the carbonation travel. They're called Holly Heaven. I haven't heard anybody else mention them on the Nature Boy sector, but they're another cut off from carbonation. So like, yeah, there is like I said, it's a never ending story. The cult of the train, the what they call it, train wreck, or however you want to put it. A carbonation is never ending because when you think the how you think you've seen and you heard it all, somebody else comes out of the shadows and speak, and then you hear another side to the story, because there's like three sides to every story. There's never one side to the story, right? Right? There's his side, her side, and their side. So when you hear the stories coming out and it all lines up and it stay lining up to the videos that is out about them, that's when you know what they're saying is true. Because we always said that how even with Nature Boy, when the abuse that was done in front of the camera, heaven knows what the abuse was done after the camera was switched off, right? Because there's always a breakdown of personalities and everything else, and this one not like that one, and people will take advantage of a situation, and this is what is all this about as well. So I'm not gonna say that they were brainwashed. It's just that she didn't want to be kicked out of the group. That's my understanding of where she is coming from. She didn't want to be rejected. She seen it happen to somebody else. She didn't want to be that person being kicked out of the group. And it's understandable because like you want to fit into a group. So I do understand where Army's coming from on that level. Maybe they can call it brainwashing. Maybe you can see it from both ways. I wish that Medea or Lisa as well will turn up as well, because um, it because where we can kind of debate it. We can agree to disagree on this one, that how you could say it's brainwashed, but then we could say the same thing about the trees, the mindless Manson girls. Are they really brainwashed, or if is there no hope for them? Because I'm starting to think there's no hope for them. There's no hope for Malia. There's no hope for Eferu's in full force in, and so is Aya full force in. Seems like there's no it's a land of no return. The ones who got out when they got out, good for them. But it's the ones who is stuck in a loop. They're stuck in a loop. And I don't feel sorry for them. I'll tell you that straight up. I don't feel bad for them because I see what some of them is capable of doing. When you can off on a live your parent, on a live your parents, your mother, for whatever reason, that says a lot. And even though Source Meddling tribe, they haven't done this, it's just the way how they treat people. It's like it's not good. You can't treat somebody like shit, basically, and don't expect shit don't come back to you.
Because just like she said, she been there. She been that person too, where because they could really,
Mm.
or or telling you the sky is purple and you see it's clearly blue, but I don't know. They just Anika has a way. Like that's why I said it's like it was a spell. Because if you knew how I felt about Anika in the beginning, like I really didn't care for her like that. Like I
Hmm.
saw this
She went
dark
with your gut
energy, you
feeling.
know. And it's like because they see when I first got there, I really wasn't eating their cooking. I always bought stuff, and then I started eating their food, and then it was just like I don't know, like everything just changed. I even said, and I can't say, per se that anything was did, but I just know the way I originally felt disappeared,
Yeah, it's a gut
Hmm.
and
feeling.
my whole perspective of her changed, and
And that's when you follow your intuition and you say, okay, later for that. Bye bye.
I don't know, like I went against what I originally felt about her, and it wind up at the end. I'm like, okay, what I felt, it was the reason why I felt the way I felt when I originally
Absolutely.
met her.
what they say, the first when you meet somebody and your gut says something about somebody, that's the first thing you go with. That's the first thing you go with. Woman, you should have followed your gut because you knew there was something not right. You knew there was something up, and it didn't, and it wasn't making sense. It wasn't mathing. The math weren't mathing. They weren't making sense. When something doesn't make sense to me, I tend to rant it out. My friends can tell you. I would talk it out. I get very, 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 very mad when I see something is messed up. I get very passionate because, and I hate to know that someone's in problems and you feel it for them and you don't say nothing. I mean, I used to be one of them people that are not saying nothing. But then now I come to a place now if I see something and it doesn't make sense to me, I will say something. And at one time, I have been in the middle of stuff where I've stood in the way of a bullet for a friend because I don't like to see people upset. I don't like to see them in a certain way. I don't like people taking liberties with people, especially that really irks me. And sometimes the first action I make is stay completely away because otherwise you find you get mad every time you see them. You get mad, and I feel that how right you felt in yourself, it wasn't right. It wasn't right, but you didn't want to be rejected from the group, and probably because you was in another country as well. I think that has something to do with it because when you're in another country, you can't just up and leave and do what you got to do. You have to stay there and suffer it out, and that's where I feel a bit mad for you because I feel that you could have literally said something a little bit. You could have done something maybe, and I'm not saying what you did is wrong neither, because like I said, everybody do things different. We all do things different. There's also a lesson, but my only issue is when people start bringing spirituality into bullshit, and it's got nothing to do with spirituality because sometimes it's you, the character yourself. You know, we all go through stuff and we all go through hardships, and we all need somebody to say something. You know what I mean? Like you're out on the road, you see something, and you gotta say. Sometimes you want to say something. You know, it's burning inside of you, and I feel it for you. And it's a shame I don't know you because this is what I would say to you if I was someone that you knew. And anybody who knows me know this is how I am naturally. I will just give the lecture sometime. I hate lectures myself, but I will take it on board sometime because the person can see there because they can see what's happening to you from the outside, and I believe that was going on with you. You was seeing what was going on from the outside. You just didn't step in and say your piece, or you felt something from the woman. You should me personally, if I had money, I probably would have gone somewhere else away from her. You said you didn't want to eat the food from her. People normally say that how when people have give off bad energy, you don't eat from the people. That's a true thing because you're guaranteed that you will get sick. West Indians know this for a fact. I don't know how it goes with Africans. I don't know how it goes with anybody else. But for a fact, this is how it goes. When they feel something, nah, they say, me no want to eat from her. Yeah, you know, they just take one look at the person. They say, no, me no want to eat from her. They said, me not eat from people. That's how they talk. They said, me not eat from that one, this one, this one. But it's not, and not everybody is bad neither. But she probably does a whole heap of madness, but as well, she probably does a whole heap of stuff as well, and that's what you're feeling. Your intuition said no, no, and you followed it. You went outside to eat from outside. You took a long time to eat from them. And you know what? I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't mad at you for that. Okay? Probably would have bought catch all their yinga yinga from them. As my priestess used to say.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Always think about your
walkers.
first reaction.
Yeah. Because my first mind was telling me, because me and Talib actually got into it. Like we got into it. I was
Right.
at the beach and I was telling him because he wanted me to, like, I guess communicate more with them, this and that. But I was like, no, like I went, he even after we broke up had, said it on his live. He was like, because we got into it real bad at the beach one day. We got in an argument because I was like, I don't fool with them. I don't want to
And she
deal with them.
felt
I was
their
like,
vibes.
I'm here for you. I
She
don't feel
felt
like
their
me being here
vibes,
for
mate.
you. I got to deal with
She
them,
said,
you
uh-uh,
know, because I
uh-uh.
just didn't vibe with them, just like I said, until coming back
She
that
said,
second
me
time,
no want to be around them people. They see them
and
people, me no want to
e-
be around
everything changed about how I felt, and
them. Mm.
I was in deep, you know, after then.
When did your feelings start to change for Talib?
Um, I guess it was like I put it to this, because it was just like he always was like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a great person. He's just not a great person for me per se, And it was just like, I just feel like I thought we was compatible, but in reality, we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it was just like the polygamy thing. It's like, even he it was like it was the pushing or feeling like, like you can't kind of like, I don't know. I feel like in polygamy, if you're gonna have polygamy, I feel like the woman should be able to be in, control in some type of way of who she wanna choose to be a part of, because it's her life too.
Because it's not polygamy. That's why, honey. It's not polygamy and putting you in and putting you where you want to put it around. You know why you don't understand. You don't understand. I've been around men like this, so I know exactly how it goes. He didn't want polygamy, right? Let me tell you what he wanted. He wanted you and he wanted the other one so he can go and do his nasty his things with, right? And in polygamy, like she said, the woman is the one who choose the next one to come into that relationship. It's not the man, right? Maybe the man might have a little choice because the man might like specific certain things about a woman, but it's the woman it's the woman, the first woman, she's the one who makes that choice. I think I gotta find that live what Fundi did on polygamy. And I'm gonna find a live on polygamy, how it goes. It's not down to the men, it's down to the women, right? Because that right because it's like we have to work together. We work together. And I believe it because even I was looking into polygamy at one point. So I know what but you can't be forced into it. You can't be forced in. It's not a thing that you force on a person. The person's got to want to go into that. And it's not all about sex neither. And that's where people get it wrong. You see what I'm saying? They get it all wrong, you know? Because they think that how, oh yeah, because I'm gonna have all these women and all this and all this. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that. And that's what he was trying to bring you into. And your mind, your head said, mm-mm, mm-mm. Because it's, polygamy is not for every woman. Because a woman have to be very mature for her to go into such a relationship. This relationship cannot be girdled by a man's underneath, by his long thing. Okay? Wow, who's she shouting? It's the lady shouting outside. And it doesn't go like that. It literally doesn't go like that. Even Muslims do polygamy. Africa does polygamy. I know some American men has done polygamy. They done it the wrong way. It's not all about sex. Okay? It's not about sex. It's not about cheating. Oh man, no, it's not about that. The women have to get on with each other first and foremost, right? They have to get on with each other. If they don't get on with each other, then nothing will go on. Nothing ain't happening. Nothing. That's it. Stop. Unless the woman is a certain way, right? Then maybe she might play with it for a little while. She might be one of many, and even when they're one of many, right? There's always the man always have a favorite. He always have a favorite one that he goes to. He has a favorite. That's how it goes on from the male perspective and maybe the woman perspective, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna find Fundi's explanation on it in case I'm saying it wrong, because I could be saying it wrong. You lot can correct me, okay?
So
She's got to be involved. I feel like, and a lot of the men feel like they pick the women and they can just throw these women on you, and you're supposed to be okay with it.
right.
But if this supposed to be your sister wife, it should be somebody that you genuinely want. You got to be around these women.
Hmm.
This
Exactly.
is, yeah. So if you don't connect with these women, like like I feel like I'm not the monster because I don't want to. I don't certain people I just don't know. I don't
You don't
know.
want to
Mm,
share an intimate
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
yes.
With or just even I don't want to be intimate with them, or they're
Right.
just not, you know. So that was my thing is, was his selection of who he felt he wanted to add and no. I'm just some people I just, I have, no bad things to say about anybody, but it's just my spirit just don't
She
don't
has good intuition,
don't connect with everybody like
Her
that.
intuition's
Right.
So
on
of course, and I
100% good.
know he made it very clear that he was polygamy, and you know, it is what it is. So if he choose, at that time I realized, hey, I know I couldn't. I'm not here to change nobody, and he just had to do.
She's very in tune, this
Trying to get my
lady.
words right. I'm stuttering and everything now because I'm trying to say everything
I didn't want to
in
trigger you.
in the most right way. I'm trying not to say but it's just like we was just when it came to our views was different. So like he had to, we decided to just be friends, because we just not compatible on that way of
And I feel that she didn't like his choice of woman that he picked personally because it looked like Amani and Talib looked like they were really into each other. I ain't gonna lie. On screen, it looked like they were really into each other. He was really attentive to her. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, he started talking some next thing. I was thinking, what? Wait, where did this come from? He just started talking some next thing. Them two things I see next one, Khadija turn up on screen now. She's now the screen star now, right? Because really, Amani was there with him. She really was there with him, or like because they will have discussions and stuff. And when she didn't agree with something, she'll make some faces. That's what Amani used to do. She used to make up some faces, boy. I'll be thinking, right, I can see what's on her mind because like I said, not every woman's in agreement with certain stuff. Not because she doesn't. It's not because she doesn't want to do it, a polygamy thing that is. It's just because she's not in agreement with the next woman. You can't force her to do something she don't want to do. Okay, you can't force her. I don't want to get forced into no polygamy, and then later on now me and the woman are in arms about what when we're supposed to help each other. That makes no goddamn sense.
he's a good friend. But as in, me being in a polygamy relationship and all that, I can't, go with the flow of his choices of who he wants. And, like, I don't know, like, I guess that's all I got to say on that topic.
Yes, I got you. I got you.
Keep it sweet.
Quick question about the Cash App. You said you let them use your Cash App for a little bit.
Yeah, like if they had lives, they'll put my Cash App on their live and people will
Mm,
send the money to
mm,
the Cash App. And then
mm.
that was another thing because I work so much and it's like, okay, they expecting me to just like, I'm like, I'll get, like, that I don't mind being in control of it, but it's just like I have to like at that time I was working from 6 in the morning to at night. So it was just like it may be where I couldn't just,
6 in the morning
go
to
and
six
send
at
money
night,
that day. I
early
might be
hours,
tired. So it was
Shit.
just like the urgency of just always wanting me to, like I needed to, like I might have to do that tomorrow. I can't do it today. So I really didn't even want to be in control of that because it was just I already had enough going on in my life at that moment,
Same. I don't know
and
how many
had
hours
to
that is.
be
How
in
many hours is
control of
that?
keep running and sending money all the time, which I
Ooh,
didn't mind, but I was tired.
lady.
I felt like there was no consideration of me as what I already had going on in my life. Because it wasn't about that. It's true what you got going on in your life. We need you to send this. Like if you could do it on your lunch break or you can do it right after you get off. Maybe I got something I need to do when I get off.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm tired after then. But I can, like I could maybe do it tomorrow. Or maybe I could do it after because I'm like, if I just stick all this money, that people sent, like, I don't understand why it's gone. But it's like I
Right.
said, they spent a lot of money on his music career more. It was always something about him, and then that was a turn off to me too. I'm like, of course, when it comes to them and them eating, of course, I would never let them starve. And that's my point. When they first got there, they made it seem like, oh, we spent $20 and we got all this. Okay, so your story go from one angle to when you want more money, you making it seem like the money is that's it. So I'm going off of what you was painting to get us all to come. They was even going, telling about, oh, we spent this much, but now all of a sudden, and I know when I'm sending, the people that's cash apping and plus what I'm adding to it, so y'all should be good for the whole month. So
Mm-hmm.
how is it 2, 3 days later you needed more? And I'm seeing y'all getting back on live begging for money. Like it was just stuff like that had me like,
The
what?
steak. The steak.
Like I didn't agree. I'm like,
On
y'all should be
average, how
good.
much money were they getting?
Huh? You said
On
how much?
average, how much money were they getting?
I wouldn't say it was just a lot, but it was enough for them to sustain, like
She should have just said the number.
good.
She should have said how
At least
much.
like over like it was like maybe 200 within like every week or however, during
200
the
every
moment that I
week.
was in control of,
Oh,
getting.
wait.
And then see, I wind up, not being in control no more.
Me wish me can get 200 every week in my hand being on this internet here. On Beyonce's internet, as what's her name puts it. I wish I could come on here and say I need block. Oh, what's it? How did they used to run it? We're in Uganda. It's 1 shilling for per penny, for a dollar, for whatever, whatever. And we need money. 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 I know. And then 200. What's it? 200. She said 200 a week. 200 a week. Uh, wow. Because when you save it all up, that amounts up to a lot. So that's 800 a month. Yes, 800 a month. I wish I could come on Beyonce's internet. Google, Mr. Google Internet, Mr. Google YouTube, Instagram Internet. Sit on here and say, look, I need the. Fair enough, fair enough. If you need it, you need it, right? That's different. And you're doing something with it. The fact that you're eating steak meals and this, you're not even doing nothing to for the people, right? Fundi, literally. Okay, I'm going to use Fundi because she is a good example of how she asked, right? She asked, but what you see on the screen, you see the garden, you see the fruits, you see the this, you see the that. You're not seeing her sitting on. She's not in some hotel, some not even hotel. She's not even in some big restaurant. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I don't even know any posh restaurants in America, right? Prison, right? In the Hilton and the Ritz over here, eating a steak, spending buying pool tables, which ain't gonna do shit. Saying it's a business, not running a business, because to run a business, you have to be very consistent. Because I've run a business, you have to be consistent with it. It's one of those ones where you have to give something to get something. That's why even when I was asking for money for my StreamYard, I think, or something, I can't remember. I think it was to do something for the people that beg around my area. I didn't even get. I didn't even get. No, nobody didn't even look at me or give me none. And that was for a good cause, because I guarantee I would have asked them, can I take a picture of you getting whatever I bought you? Because there's loads of them on this road sometimes. Like, there's loads of beggars on this road, loads of them, loads, right? And you tell me, you took 200, hold on, what did she say? You took 200 from people a week, right? I barely can scrape together what even I get from certain places. Neither my children have to help me. Neither she's sitting on big Beyonce internet. Sorry, I know I keep repeating myself. You know why I keep repeating myself? Because I say it's fuckeries to me at this point, because you don't want to do nothing with yourself. My friend the other day, you know what my friend did? My friend, you know what she did for me the other day? She bought some oils from me, and then she keep telling me, "Oh, you're gonna make no, da, 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 da." And I'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah." My friend, what she did, actually I got two good friends, one from Netherlands as well. I got quite a lot of friends actually, right? Quite a lot of friends. Okay, my friend went on to online course. She found the online course. She sent me the money for the online course because she knows she wants me to do the thing. She wants me to do it. She's always on my head. You need to do. Well, I can't see you doing this. I rather see. I know you can do this because you seem like you are that type of person, right? That's my friend. My friend did cosmic. What they call it, cosmic currency, right? But she went physically. She got the thing, and she said, "Look, A is B, da 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 da, and I'm sending you this money so you can get the course." Mind you, I'm always getting distracted by the YouTube half the time. I'm trying to get to the course, and I can't even get to the course to do what I have to do because there's always something coming up, always something. You know, my daughter, something coming up or something. So you're doing that and you're sitting there, like, and as Wendy's saying, yes, right, you can literally live good off of a dollar or a pound in Africa. Yeah, you can actually live kind of good, but that's taking the liberty. You literally took the piss, basically. You took the piss. Let's say the Queen's English. You took the piss. You took the piss. You sat there, you said what you had to say, and you get the money, 800 a month. God, I could even give my daughter money for that, for her to help with the little bit she's doing here, because she's working like every single day. God sends. She never gets a bloody break at all. I couldn't tell you when last my daughter sit down or went somewhere, took a holiday, went to sit in a hotel, something. And you're sitting on here, an 18-year-old and a big ass broke back woman, hard back woman. Because at first you're saying you could do locks. Sorry, Fundi, I'm coming to you in a minute. You said you could do locks, and you say you can do this, and you say you can do that. That's called cosmic currency. Just the main fact you can do little things, right? It doesn't mean to say everything stop. Me, I can talk to people for days. That's my thing. I can talk to people for days. I really can. I don't really spend that much amount of time talking on the YouTube for you lot to see how I talk to people for days. I could talk to people for days. Me, but I feel I could put that to better use. You know what I'm saying? I could put that for something else. If I'm gonna talk, I rather get paid for talking. That's called an exchange because you get an exchange of energy. These were, let me stop. You see results. Yes. Yes, Fundi. You see, in the Eden, the people help build it, and the produce for the people. It's produced for the people, and the people enjoy. Yes, and the thing about it is, right, when you make something and you give to somebody, and they say they get goodness out of it, because that's happened to me. That's happened to me. When you make something, even Amma, I can even put Amma into that list of stuff. Actually, Amma's good at making stuff. She's really creative. She's creative, right? If I have something, right, really, it really what how she helped me. I think even I can even give her. I can even give her, right? That's called gratitude, generosity, right? Right? It doesn't matter how close you are to the person. You could be at a distance of the person. Even one subby wants to send me something. I didn't have a PO box. She wanted to send me something. I didn't have a PO box to send it to. Right? And this subby's been rolling with me for a long time. And Chrissy. Even when Chrissy's doing something, I was putting up her candles. That's cool. And she didn't even give me nothing. But here's you now sitting on big internet asking for money. Me, I did Reiki. I did massage for about 6 years, grafting from the ground up to where it got to a point. It's only because of the damn shop and me get depressed. That's why I, to me, I feel I find it hard to go back to it because I don't want to be pushed down again. I find it hard. And not only that, I've got a little one to worry about, right? So it's hard, it's different when you want to do something and you can't do nothing because you have responsibilities. Now you have that baby there. Are you going to ask for funds from the internet to look after him because he has a whole father there? Do you know how many children don't have their dads there? I'm just saying, right? You know what I mean? This is just ridiculous at this point. Like, people going homeless so they can be on YouTube and all this foolishness. Like I said, I don't understand it. I personally could not do that myself because I know there's more to me, right? If I can't talk to the person, because this even when you're talking to the somebody, that's currency. Just giving that energy, that's currency. When the person say, "Here, what, right? Let me give you £1 in your hand," or "Let me get you a drink," that's currency. And here's YouTube with one, what's it, brought back woman, mash up. Look, okay, me mash up too, okay? I'm mash up too. Because when we talk, I got pointed to myself too. Because right at this point of moment, you took the piss. You took the piss. You thought you was nature boy. You thought you can do better than nature boy. Oh, yeah, I can do better than nature. In fact, what you did, right, you made your own country people look bad basically. It's bad enough people calling us islanders and all the whatever the flip now. You make us look bad. You make us look bad. Do you know how many Jamaican people be outside grafting mothers? Just push baby out, out out of their birthing canal and they're back out working. They didn't even sit down. They're working because of the economy is effed up. The economy is effed up, and you want people to send their blasty good money and give you. Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? But I might have to do part two because the part two even more sweeter because man, I knew those women. There was something about it because even MJ said I don't like her energy. I think it was MJ. Or was it Christine? Yes, how low can you go? Tell me about it. The money I get, I put it to work for the people. Exactly. 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 Especially when you are female as well. All right. I'm not saying that how being the female, I don't know. I don't know. But I know when I was doing my massage, right? I was getting through so much things. I was going places I thought I'd never go. I used to hate traveling on trains and all sorts of shit. My massage took me as far as to new age spaces. I was meeting people from all walks of life, warlocks, all sorts. And it wasn't just the conscious community I was around. Then I find myself in a Nigerian, Philippine salon. Right. Even the other day, I went to chuck away a bed. My children tell me don't chuck away the bed, mom. You're gonna need it. My friend tell me don't chuck away the bed. You're gonna need it. So when people's thinking that how you just now come and you just now right, do you know how many years you take to learn what you have to learn, and then you're sitting on your hands because right now I'm sitting on my hands. I'm sitting. Like, I just took a whole year. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Right, right, right. I'm mad right now. So excuse the passion, okay? I went and I studied to become a carer for about last year, right? So I should have been doing what I should have been doing, learning so I can make my money, so I can do this caring, and then mess me about, mess me about, mess me about, mess me about. So to hear fuckeries like this, it just really pisses me off because there's people who want to work. People want to work. People really want to work. They want to earn their crust. They don't want to sit down and be given it. Some people really want to work, okay? And no matter how bad they um they are going down, like the other day, I literally felt the spiritual attack. I literally felt it. I'm not gonna lie. These women has no inkling of nothing. It's all a show. It's all this, that, and the other. You listen. It's just ridiculous, right? And then you're following a cult who chat pure shit about single mothers, and now their members are single mothers. And this girl now about she husband, she husband, she husband, and all this foolishness. Your mother literally prostituted your ass to the man. I'll be damned if some man takes it to my daughter because me not know what gonna happen to them. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because even if I don't get to them, the brother gonna get to them, the sister's gonna get to them. So you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's just mad to me. Right? There's my friend. He does photography and stuff. Yeah, at one point he was at a place in his time. Now he's doing his little thing, but it's not enough. It's never enough. When it's inflation, it's not enough. So I don't understand why these idiot women, right, feel that it's okay. To me, it's not okay. If you are able bodied, like me now, I'm able bodied. I'm nearly 50. I'm nearly 50 and I still want to work. I still want to do something. I still want to do something for the community. In the other day, I was asking one Nation of Islam lady to hook me up with something. Because I'm thinking myself, I'm sitting here, all right, I could be doing something. I could be doing something. And I ain't building nothing from the ground up. I rather join something or be in partnership with something. And I'm not just saying YouTube streets and all that. I'm talking in real life, real thing. Like because there's women out there who need it. These women are selfish, entitled. I can't think of the word right now because I don't even know. I don't even know. And I say that from the heart. If karma lick you, I may not bring nothing down on you. I pray. I'm not bring nothing down on you. But at the same time, man, you need to learn a lesson, right? Because you're taking the piss. You're literally taking the piss. You're taking the piss. You are you have a good friend, and good friend is trying to help your ass, and you just spit on them. My good friend, I have good friend. I do. I have good friend. I'm very blessed to have a good friend. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Wherever I go, I meet good friend. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. I meet good friend. Or I make a friend. I probably get one bad friend, one two good friend, one whatever. You just spat in the woman's face. That's basically what you did. You spat in her face, right? You might as well be got close, hawk up your mouth and spit in her face because that's what you did. Right? Pure I don't even know right now, man. I don't even know. Black people, I don't know where black people head is sometime. I don't understand, right? You people. I'm not saying the people in my chat, I'm not saying people that I know, but there's people who's out there who's on one and it's like why? Why? Do you not think good best for yourself? Do you not want good to come out of yourself? You can get kicked down so much time, but you taking advantage sometime when things happen to you, that is a bloody lesson. That's what I'm not gonna bring the Orishas into play in this one. Sorry. That's what the lesson is. That's why even with I'm not even gonna go down Janae's wormhole right now. I'm not even gonna go down there right now. I'm not even gonna go down there right now. Cause I'm pissed off. I'm so pissed off. At this point I'm gonna need a drink of water after this live. 'Cause that's just messed up. Yes, it's low. They're very low. They're low vibrational, low everything. Low everything. You know what's the thing? Funny thing is, I'm gonna try find the video of Puma talking. Let me see if I can find the Puma, the one who they say is the musician. Let me see. 'Cause I found him the other day. Pure liberties takers. People they're trying to get to A to B, and there's you come with your foolishness. Oh, pardon me. There's you come with your foolishness. We can't even find it. So let me find the Puma and show you this man who they are investing in. Hold on. Let me find it. It's fucked up, man. Hold on. Okay, let's hit it. Where there? No, let me see which one. Oh, this one ain't got sound. That's okay. Let me show you the man that they invested. Oh, it's still thinking. Hold on. Let me take this off. I feel like that I just went into lecture mode there. It wasn't even intentional. Where's it gone? Take it off. Okay. My scream's terrible. This is Puma, the one that they invest in. Okay? They're investing in his music. That's what this lady's explaining. His music. Let me find the next one. Oh, let me find. Ugh. Yeah, let me put it on now. Let me put it on. And this is a kosher. Oh, shiz. This is a kosher eating pizza. And this is the money she there asks for. Alright. Let me find the next one. Yeah. Right, so this is what Amani's talking about. All this, you see her? This is who she a chapel. Right, let me find the next one. Ezekiel doesn't post like as much as he used to. He stopped posting. He don't post as much. See him there? So investing in his music is all about him. Whatever. Whatever, Trevor. Whatever. Anyways, before my head gets a little crazy, let me come off of this live. Please leave a comment underneath the live, please. Those who's been following the drama. Now, if you don't want the commentary over the video, go to Medea and Lisa says what. But I will be doing the other one though. Right, and I will be needing feedback. So even if you go over there and listen, and then you have to listen to it again, and no big thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy. Anyways, let me come off of here, right? Cause I did like that is like this is I think this is the longest I've been on. I think I normally just do an hour. So thank you, so Christine, Alexander, Fundi Fee, MJ. Who else? Who else is there? Charles. And that's it. Because I ain't losing my head over full people and the stupidness, right? Because at the end of the day, people need to hear about this so you don't get scammed by scum like this. Yeah? They're scum to me right now. And they can give the big old, oh, well, black people don't want to see us get nowhere. No, it's nothing to do with that, love. If you do things properly, I guarantee you, right? Right, you can be at your lowest and the blessing will come. Like I've been at my lowest sometime, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know how it feels, like to not have a lot. I know how it feels. Me and my children, and I can use myself as an example. One time we was really low on money. If I didn't have friends, boy, me not know. Okay? So I know how it feels not to have nothing, not to have much. Right? So just because people see you in certain places doesn't mean to say that how, yeah, right, you just come so, right? But at the same time, you don't take the piss with people. You don't take the piss with people, right? You took liberties, and I'm not going to go back into lecture mode again. I'm going to come off. I'm going to yam some food and sit back and watch the other commentators because this is just ridiculous and it's quite disgusting to me. And people know how I am when I get all passionate, right? So I'm not going to start getting passionate right now. I'm going to get off. All right. So thank you for coming through. And we're going to do the second part probably tomorrow if I ain't got none. If I haven't got no appointment, coffee, I've got appointment or something going on. Or after, however. I will come true. If not, because it's a holiday coming soon, and you know when little ones are around, it's difficult. It's difficult because I do know live when she's around. So with that said, I will leave it right there, and I'll watch for the other commentators because at this point, I don't know, I don't know. But thank you, people, for coming through. I appreciate it. Maybe I should start selling on this here YouTube, but it's just something else, man. It's just something else. When you want to do things legit, it's a whole something else, man. But anyways, um, thank you for coming. I'll say that, and I really mean it, and I don't just say it. Every time you look chat in the comment, I'm there. I listen to everything that you say in the comment, and I will try to reply or I star it or whatever. Not star it, me like it. And yeah, you know what I mean? It's all love on this side because like, yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, take care out there. Be safe. I know America's on one of those ones. England's on one of those ones too. Please take care, okay? So with that said, I'll see you in the next live. I'll probably let you know if when I've got a free time because I think there's a few things happening. I think and sometimes right you have to just be like mindful of people around and certain stuff but yeah, but with that said, I'll tell you, I'll schedule or whatever, and I'll see you in the next live, okay? So with that said, take care, bye.